Welcome to the newest edition of a Latte's Vision. I will be talking the latest news regarding the WWE, the NFL, and anything else I want to talk about. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Stephanie Vaquer, the Women's World Champion. She got death-rebelled. So yeah, their literal Women's World Champion got a terrible theme song, so that's just great. I hope she gets well soon. That is a serious career-threatening issue right there. Next, Chelsea Green has suffered a broken ankle, which is very unfortunate for several reasons. Obviously, getting a broken ankle isn't good, but also the women's mid-card division on SmackDown is garbage. It is 3 people: Julia, Zelina Vega, and Chelsea Green. I guess Kiana James if you want to count her. But now Chelsea's hurt and she won't be able to wrestle for a bit. So that is very unfortunate, especially since she's very funny and very good at what she does. So hope Chelsea Green gets well soon. Speaking of injuries, Braun Breaker suffered a hernia and underwent surgery and can be out for at least 12 weeks and all the way up to 6 months, making him miss WrestleMania. This is obviously very unfortunate. He was on track for a humongous push, probably beating Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But now, if he is out for 6 months, he wouldn't be back until like after SummerSlam probably, which would be just detrimental. And now the Vision is going to be like a super lame, boring faction. It was already kind of starting to feel that way when Seth Rollins went away, but now that Braun Breaker's gone, it's going to be bad, man. Hopefully it's only 12 weeks though, or maybe even less. Maybe he can recover a little bit faster than 12 weeks because he's so young and so athletic and in great shape. But yeah, hope Braun Breaker gets well soon. Bad Bunny performed at the Super Bowl 60 halftime show, and it was an absolutely incredible performance, drawing in 135 million viewers. This was the best part of the whole Super Bowl. This is one of the better halftime performances I think we've ever seen, with lots of celebrity cameos. I didn't even know any Spanish. I don't know any of his songs, but I still absolutely loved it. Speaking of Bad Bunny, he's expected to return to WWE very soon, quote, very soon rather than later. Sooner rather than later. But that would be awesome, and I would love to see Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. It was rumored that Backlash was going to be in Puerto Rico again. However, it obviously ended up being announced for Tampa, Florida. But still, I would love to see Bad Bunny at WrestleMania, maybe going against Dom, maybe going against Logan Paul. Yeah, I would love to see Bad Bunny back because I didn't get to see his first run in the WWE because at that time I wasn't watching it. I started watching right before WrestleMania 40 with my girlfriend, so I would love to see me some Bad Bunny. But back to the halftime show, Jake Paul was not a fan. He said, quote, "Purposefully turning off the halftime show, let's rally together and show big corporations they can't just do whatever they want without consequences, which equals viewership for them. And you are their benefit. Realize you have power. Turn off this halftime. A fake American citizen performing who publicly hates America. I cannot support that." First of all, if it's not an American citizen, which he is, but if he wasn't, why do you care if he's hating America? Why do you care if someone from France hates America if they're not American? Why do you care? So you obviously think he is an American citizen, which he is. Jake Paul is just so fucking stupid. Even Logan Paul, his own brother, replied and said, quote, "I love my brother, but I don't agree with this. Puerto Ricans are Americans, and I'm happy they were given the opportunity to showcase the talent that comes from the island," which the first rational thing Logan Paul has said. But Jake Paul, what is wrong with you? Just do your research. It takes 10 seconds to Google, is Bad Bunny an American citizen? He is. And if we have the right to free speech in America, which is clearly not the case with Trump as president, but if we have that, why do you care if he is expressing his opinion hating America? And how could anybody really like America at a time like this? He is just so brain dead. I can't really blame him, though, because he's just been constantly punched in the head over the years, and it's obviously affecting him because he's a total fucking dumbass now. Next, per Elite Rockers, there has been a lot of internal criticism of Triple H recently for constantly changing the WrestleMania plans. The plans keep changing, and everything feels up in the air because of concerns that the attendance advance is down. So basically, Triple H has no goddamn clue what he's doing for WrestleMania. We are currently 9 weeks away from WrestleMania, and he doesn't know what we're doing. Come on, bro. If you're all about long-term storytelling, why did you not have this done in like October, huh? Triple H started off with an absolute boom, but I mean, it's starting to get bad. Not Vince McMahon bad, but it's not good. Speaking of WrestleMania, the Tribal Chief, the OTC, is full time once again for the road to WrestleMania. He is going to be on Raw on March 2nd, March 16th, March 23rd, March 30th, and April 13th. On the road to WrestleMania 42, and I am so glad that they are not wasting this match on a terrible build. I am so glad they're going to have Roman here to build this up, and this main event is going to be absolutely incredible, and it's going to be one of the biggest main events of all time. Next, for the two respective Elimination Chambers, the men's and the women's. So far for the women's, we have Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton who have qualified. I'm going to be honest, I did not expect Rhea Ripley to qualify, and I don't really know why she's qualifying because they're probably not going to want her to take a pin. And if she wins it, who is she going to face? It doesn't really make sense for her to face either champion. And if like Liv wins it and then she goes after her, nobody would want to see that again. That feud is played out, so I don't really know why they're having Rhea Ripley in here other than just her being a big name, the biggest name in the women's division. As for Tiffany Stratton, though, I think she is for sure a strong favorite to win this. I don't really want her to face Jade Cargill again because we've already seen that several times, and I don't think anybody's really clamoring for that again. But Tiffany Stratton was obviously a favorite for the Women's Royal Rumble, and I think she has to be considered a favorite for the Women's Elimination Chamber. And I think it would be really interesting if she did win. Maybe, say, like Jordynne Grace somehow, some way, won at on SmackDown. That, and then she picked Jordynne Grace. I think that would be a really awesome match. I don't think that's going to happen, but maybe she picks Stephanie. I think that would be awesome. I think there's a lot of different ways they can go here. Hopefully, if Tiffany Stratton does win, I just don't want them to have her pick Jade Cargill. As for the men's elimination chamber, Randy Orton and LA Knight, have both qualified. Both of which I think are strong favorites to win the whole thing. Randy Orton, here's the thing. If Cody doesn't win the title, I don't see him winning. But if it's Cody, Jacob, Drew at Elimination Chamber for the title or somewhere around there, or just if Cody somehow wins the title, have Randy win the chamber, have him pick Cody for WrestleMania and have him win. It's that simple. We need to get that storyline done. So if they're planning on having Cody win the title, which they probably are because they love him, they're creaming in their jeans every time they see him, just please have Randy Orton win. As for LA Knight, he's always a strong favorite to win these things, and he never does because Triple H hates him. And that's exactly what I expect to happen this time too. I think he's probably going to be super close to winning, and he's going to give us hope, and then we're going to get fucking blue-balled and fucked in the ass again. Obviously, I would love LA Knight to win, though. Now, we do have one more injury, although I don't know if it's an injury or what. However, Roxanne Perez was absent from Raw last week or this week or whatever, and she received a get well soon gift from the Judgment Day. It's not clear if it's an injury or an illness or what's going on. It seems like it's an illness maybe or something. I'm not exactly sure. There's no confirmation, like I said. But whatever she's dealing with, hope Roxanne Perez gets well soon. Brock Lesnar is going to be on the go home episode of Raw before Elimination Chamber. And that's really interesting because I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know if he's going to qualify for the Elimination Chamber, which I would really hate if he won that. I don't know if he's going to build up a story with Obafemi, if he's going to get confronted by him or something. I think that would be awesome. I don't know. I have no clue what's going to happen, and that intrigues me. I am very glad that Brock Lesnar's there, and I'm hoping he's there more times on the lead up to WrestleMania. And hopefully he ends up facing Obafemi. Next up, Big E has officially confirmed that he is retired. Kind of already knew this, but it's still really unfortunate to know, like, for sure now that he's retired. I guess when he didn't come back for the New Day heel turn storyline, we should have known at that point he's not coming back ever. But it's still obviously very unfortunate because we were all holding out that sliver of hope that Big E maybe, just maybe, might return one day. But that is now completely shut down, and it's at a 0% chance. But, you know, they always say never in wrestling, so who knows? Maybe one day. And our last two things for the day, the full Elimination Chamber match card has been revealed. We have the Women's Elimination Chamber. We have Finn Balor challenging CM Punk, the hometown hero, for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee, the hometown hero, challenging Becky for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then, of course, the Men's Elimination Chamber. And these are all going to be absolute bangers, and I cannot wait. The Elimination Chamber shaping up to be a fantastic PLE, and I'm really excited. I think what might end up happening is AJ Lee wins it here and then drops it back to Becky at WrestleMania, and then Becky can then put someone over down the line, because I don't think having a part-time AJ Lee who shows up once every month is a very good idea for a long time. So I think she could have a nice little run from Elimination Chamber to WrestleMania and then drop it back to Becky, who's doing phenomenal work. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want. And